Alrighty, today we got ourselves another tier list. Now, you may notice something. You may notice this tier list looks a little bit different than the previous ones. Well, funny story about that. I got banned from that website because apparently if you make tier lists using people's discords, they don't like that very much, and I'm just banned. I can log in, I can view other tier lists, I can create my own template, but as soon as I click create template and try to do anything, the whole page just freezes and crashes. I can't do anything else. So rather than making a new like Twitter account and stuff and signing in, I'm just going to use the other website. But anyway, today we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare field upgrades. Now, these are the things that are sort of like kill streaks, but they're not kill streaks. They're a kind of a way to give players that can't constantly get kill streaks, they can still have some sort of munition or something that they can use, because not everybody can just get 8 kills and call in jets and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the slowest upgrading ones. So I have it in order of how slowly they, or how quickly they charge rather. As far as I know, Trophy System charges the fastest and Stop Power charges the slowest, and then we got them in here. So for Trophy System is a fast recharge. It blocks 3 projectiles, and then it's destroyed. Now, I'm gonna do all of these as a mixture of both playing by yourself, just casually playing by yourself, and also playing coordinated as a team. I'm gonna mix that, and I'm also gonna mix, maybe it's super good on Search and Destroy, but really trash on Team Deathmatch. That's gotta even out. First, I'm gonna start off with Trophy System. Now, I've used a lot of Trophy System, and this might be a little controversial because people are like, oh, it doesn't kill anybody. I think Trophy System goes in the S tier. I think Trophy System, it recharges the fastest, recharges crazy fast. It blocks 3 projectiles, which obviously could save your life because a lot of people use frags in this game. A lot of people use RPGs. A lot of people use C4. It can come in really, really handy. And that's just in general. In Team Deathmatch, you're trying to lock down the best building on the map. Boom, you place one of those in there, you don't get fragged out. But that's in Team Deathmatch. In an objective mode, this gets even better. Like especially headquarters, hardpoint. This is just incredibly useful. It's charged up every time you're in the HQ. Every time you're in there, you got a Trophy System to deploy. Super, super good. I recommend people use this if you're playing in objective mode. And both it works for if you're going to camp by yourself playing solo. Drop it in your room. You don't get fragged out or flashed out. Playing as a coordinated team, you tell your team, I dropped a Trophy System in here. Everybody get in here. Everybody's safe. I think it works for both of those. I think it works in basically every mode. Obviously, it's not the greatest in Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirmed, obviously, but it still works in those modes. I think it gets an S easily. Next up, we have Dead Silence. Now, Dead Silence, this one's hard. It's up here. It's for sure up here. It recharges like the second fastest, and it also has a continuation mechanic to where if you get like kills, it extends its duration. It increases your move speed, and it makes your footsteps silent. I'm gonna put this in S as well. I think it's really good. It makes you fast. Footsteps are so important in this game. It makes them silent. It has a way to keep going with the recharge mechanic, and it just charges up fast. It's super OP, and again, good in every mode. I think it's super good, both good in every mode, both good if you're running solo, and even if you're running it as a team. You know, it's like your teammates like, help, I'm trapped. You know, this guy's got me cornered. You pop Dead Silence, you can come in. That guy does not hear you coming. Boom. Super good one. S tier. Easily. Next up, Tactical Insertion. Now, Tactical Insertion, you pop a flare and you drop it, and that's the next point that you'll spawn. It does not work in Search and Destroy and Cyber Attack because they're 1 life rounds. So this one doesn't lose points because it can't get used in those. This is pretty good. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn useful. It has some problems, so I'm going to put it in the B tier, and here's the problems with it. 1, it gets destroyed by, like, any damage whatsoever. Like, if a grenade explodes, like, 10 feet away, it just gets trashed. It's gone. People can smash it, like in the other games, you just step over it and hit smash, and you can smash it pretty easily. And another big reason is when you spawn in this game, you always, like, bolt your gun or pump your shotgun or something. You always do that. So if someone's waiting at that, even if you have a 725 and they have a MP5, they still win that because you always have to do some kind of animation with your weapon first. So it's really easily counterable. It's really easy to kill. However, it's not that bad because it recharges fast, and it's really useful when you're trying to kill a camper. You pop one outside, you go in, maybe he kills you. He's not expecting you to come right back in, and boom, you're right back in. Get him on headquarters after your team captures the HQ. Put one right outside. They eventually kill you. They eventually destroy the HQ. They don't expect you spawning right there, so you spawn outside a window or a door. You see 4 guys that just destroyed the HQ go running out. Bam, that's a quadra kill right there. So it can come in super useful. And again, it can be played in almost any mode. It can be played solo, kind of coordinating as a team. That gives your team a lot of time to get to the next HQ if they know where it is or anything like that. So it's pretty darn good. It's just those glaring problems make it so I don't think it deserves an A or an S because it gets destroyed super fast. It can be just destroyed, and if they want to just wait for you to spawn, they will beat you every time, just because the game does that. Obviously, I'm talking right now, right before Season 1 starts. Maybe they change that, but as of right now, you just get wrecked if they decide to just look at your attack insert. So that's how I feel on that one. Deployable cover. This one is also a fast recharge, and what it does is you place a small fortified wall in front of you. This one's just a fat. This sucks. It's trash. First of all, you use it, you place it, and you can mount on it and everything, but it's just a small, flat, straight. So if someone comes at any sort of angle on the side, unless they're coming directly on, its cover is almost useless. They have to be coming directly at you, or else they'll probably still land pretty much all their shots. Yes, I'm sure if you placed it in a very specific place and mounted a very specific, weapon or something, I'm sure it can do well. Using this in search and destroy is not going to do anything. They're going to see that, they're going to not go towards that. And in team deathmatch, it would be awful. You'll just get maybe one mounted kill, and then someone will come up behind you and kill you, and you'll spawn across the map. It works in pretty much no mode, and even when it does work, it's not even very good. Maybe you could use it in ground war, kind of in a field, to give yourself some cover. I just don't see where this is going to be better than other things. Obviously, someone could probably find use for it. Maybe you got a really good camping spot that has nowhere to mount. You drop that, you can mount it, and you can hit every shot. I'm not saying there isn't a use, but I'm saying it sucks. That's how I feel on that one. Now we're moving into the medium recharge. So all these are labeled as fast recharges. If you check their recharge time, they all recharge at technically different rates, but they're all fast. Now we're going to move into medium. First up, we have the munitions box, which you drop a crate that you can then pick up ammo and your tactical and your lethal, and your teammates can too. And if it's shot by an enemy, it will explode. That's its kind of big downfall. I think this one gets messed as well. This thing is very useful. You can get another claymore or another proximity mine. You can get another flashbang or another smoke grenade. You can get ammo back, so you don't have to take scavenger if you're going to use this munition. It can resupply teammates. I've spawned on teammates on ground war that are running out of ammo. Drop them a munitions box, their backup ammo. They got another claymore for the entrance and stuff like that. Really good. It's a medium recharge, but it's the fastest medium recharge. The only downside is if you drop it in the HQ and they throw a grenade in the HQ or shoot it, it's going to make a bigger explosion. Just don't do that. I mean, that sounds, forehead, just don't do it. It's true. Unless, none of them are in there or you're disabling the HQ, drop it down, everyone replenishes their stuff, and then you head out to the next HQ. Again, it works in, every mode, especially if you're not taking scavenger. If you're getting a high kill streak, you'll need more ammo. Again, it resupplies teammates. Basically, every mode has teammates, I guess, except free-for-all. Maybe it's not that great in free-for-all, but then again, in free-for-all, you're going to want more claymores, you're going to want more flash grenades. I think it's good in every single mode, and its medium recharge rate isn't too long. I think it's very good. Next is the EMP drone. So this one's really weird. What you do is you use it like a kill streak. You pick a spot on the map, and about 10 seconds later, you hear the little drone fly down and explode on the area. If it directly hits an enemy, I'm talking within a foot or two, it will kill them, but that'll basically never happen. And other than that, there's like a zone where it will EMP the area, obviously. This one, I'm going to give this one probably a B.
Why are you
now,
gay?
This one, it's not super great. It's not the best. But what it does is it recharges medium, so it's not too bad. You pick anywhere on the map, and what this can do is it's a little situational in the fact that, like, if someone's abusing like a sentry gun or a shield turret or something, you can drop this right on the area and you will destroy that thing easily. If there's like 3 people camping in an area and you're coordinating with a team, you can drop an EMP drone right at the right time. Your team goes in there while they're all EMP'd, all their claymores are down, or, you know, all their thermal sights are down, whatever. It can come in useful. I guess playing maybe solo on free for all, it's not going to be very good at all. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to move that down to C. Because if this was a fast recharge, it would be a B. But because it's a medium recharge, definitely not going to be a B. It's definitely going to be a C. There can be uses for it. Don't get me wrong on that. There can definitely be uses for this one. Next up, this is... I should have made an F tier. This is the weapon drop. This thing is going... This thing is retarded. You throw in like a care package, you wait for your drone to drop this little box. Then all it does is you just get a different weapon. Everyone in this game is going to have a gun they like to use, tricked out with 5 attachments that they want to use. This just gives you a random gun that is probably awful. It's really bad. I can only see the uses if you're playing with a new player who wants better guns. You could drop that for them. Then maybe they get a kill or 2 before they die. Also, let's say you're using riot shield and your secondary is a pistol. That could be good because you could just pick up a new gun and actually have a good gun with your riot shield. You don't have to take overkill. You can take EOD or double time. So I do see a slight use with it. It can work, but it's mostly trash. Do not use it unless, of course, you're coordinating with a team and you all need better weapons because you're all using riot shields primary. I don't know. I just see very little uses for it, especially for its medium recharge time. Do not recommend. Now we have the recon drone. Now this is a very slow recharge, but I think it's really good. I'm going to put it in B.
Okay.
Because this one is really actually a lot better than people think, because what it does is you send out a drone, you can fly it around, and all you do is hover the drone's camera over an enemy and it'll mark the enemy. And the mark isn't just a red ping on the radar. The mark puts a solid red triangle over their head and every teammate can see it in their HUD. So you can pre-fire corners because you know where the person is. It's not like flashing or nothing. It's a solid square right over their head. You can easily hit them. Cold-blooded can save you from it, but other than that, this thing is very good. Obviously, 2 huge downsides is 1, very slow recharge, and 2, you have to remote use it. So you have a player down while using this. So if your best player is using this, it's not good for the team because that person is not out there either getting kills or getting captures or whatever you're doing. But for a new player that kind of just wants to help their team, or maybe someone who's just kind of sniping in the back or something, this could be very useful. If you're good at like knowing where all the enemies going to be and stuff like that, it can be pretty well. Or like knowing, oh, all the enemies are going to come through here, I'm going to mark them all, my teammates are just going to pre-fire every wall on them. And like I said, it can come in useful in every mode. So domination, you know, oh, there's 3 guys coming for B, they're all marked, your teammate can pre-fire each wall that these guys are coming around. Boom, you saved B. Team deathmatch, all you need is the kills. If you're marking people for kills, I think this could probably be most useful in team deathmatch, even though it's not even objective mode, because all you care about is killing those guys. Yeah, I think this one come in really handy. It's just 2 huge downsides. Is 1, very slow recharge. 2, a player is down while using it. Also, it can get shot out of the air, but if you fly high enough, people don't even notice it. So again, kind of situational, kind of dependent on if you want to coordinate with it as a team, but it can be good easily. Next up is stopping power. Now, you remember this is the perk from the other games. What stopping power does in this game is it's the slowest recharge one. When you use it, you will reload your current clip with stopping power bullets, which are double damage. So if you're using a 30 round magazine in your gun and you click that, you'll reload a 30 round double damage. Let's say you fire 10 rounds and reload again, your next 20 rounds will be stopping power double damage. So it's pretty good depending on the weapon, obviously. Let's say you have the 725 and you use stopping power. You're going to get 2 shots of stopping power on a gun that already 1-shot kills. So it's very dependent on the weapon. I'm going to put it in A tier. I don't think it's S because it does not work on every weapon. You can load it in. You can easily get shot and lose it out completely. You can miss shots. So I don't think it's the best one. I think it's good. and its slowest recharge time. It recharges very, very slow. It does double damage though. It's very good. Like let's say you reload 5-shot sniper with stopping power. Each shot you miss, you just wasted 20% of your stopping power. So I don't think it's an S tier. I think it's got a lot of flaws, but a lot of good. I think it's a very, I don't know if feast or famine is the term, but very good upsides, very bad downsides. It can work if you use it correctly. It can work in any mode, obviously. It just does extra damage. I think it's good, but I think it's just an A tier. I don't think it's an S tier. That one might be controversial. People might just be like, oh, stopping power, S tiers for stopping power. Well, I think it's an A. I don't think it's the best one. I think those other three I put in S tier are better overall. They're going to come in handy in more modes. They're going to come in handy more often playing if you're playing by yourself or with a team. But then again, stopping power, I still think those deserve A. Now finally we have this. And you can't really tell what this is. This is the Field Upgrade Pro. This allows you to take 2 field upgrades, and when the field upgrade comes up, you just, bam, you click it, and it lets you choose. So you can pick Trophy System Dead Silence, and then when you get it, you can pick one. Like let's say you're in the HQ, when it comes up, you'll use the Trophy System. Let's say you're behind enemy lines, you use Dead Silence. People probably don't realize this, but let's say you put on Trophy System and Stopping Power. It will take you stopping power amount of time to get the field upgrade. So your trophy system is just going to have a way longer cooldown. It doesn't go in between. Like let's say this is 3 minutes and this is 1 minute. To get this, it's not 2 minutes. It's 3 minutes. So this is again situational. If you're going to use stopping power, like that's what you want to use, at any point it would be dumb not to use this. Because stopping power is the longest recharge time, you might as well put something else on to come up when stopping power comes up, because if stopping power is the only one you're going to use, you're going to get it the same amount of time. But you could also throw in your munitions box, for example, and let's say you're low on ammo and you need more claymores or something, you can use this. Let's say you're going to use, trophy system. If you put anything else on that's not trophy system, it's going to make it longer, so there better be a use for it. Like if you put on trophy system and munitions box and you're only looking to use trophy system, you're wasting valuable time. So it's very, very situational. Overall, like the use of Pro, but what I think I'll do, I think I'll put it in A tier because I think it could come in very useful. Like Dead Silence Tactical Insertion is a very good one to put together for someone who wants to flank, because they have a similar recharge time and both could come in a different way of flanking. Like maybe you want a Dead Silence, run in the HQ and knife 4 people, or maybe you want to just tack insert, go in, get 1, die, spawn, get some more. So it's good, but it isn't, oh, use it every time. Do not just use it every time. If you're all about using one or the other, you don't want to make your cooldown longer for no reason. So it's very good. Don't think you have to use it though. If you're all about Dead Silence, you can put that on and throw on Trophy System, but if you're never going to use Trophy System, don't bother really throwing this on. Just put on Dead Silence. Yeah, you can put on Trophy System, but like if you're a knifer, right shield, combat knife or something, put on just Dead Silence. Anything else is just going to extend your Dead Silence time. Maybe you could throw on tack insert, but you probably want just Dead Silence on. So that's how I feel about that. There's probably some different opinions about that, but most people probably didn't know is that it goes off of the longest time you put in there. So if you put a 3 minute and a 1 minute in there, it takes you 3 minutes to get the 1 minute one. So you're losing a lot of value on that. So just know that for the future. But that's basically it. This is how I rank them. Make sure you leave comments how you would rank these. I'll leave a link so people can do this as well. I want to see what everybody else is going to pick. I want to see what's the most controversial. But other than that, make sure you leave comments and say what you would rather see, and maybe follow the link and do it yourself and post that. So thanks for watching and listening. Let me know what you guys think.